Welcome to my Git Basics tutorial. In this tutorial I will teach you how to do some basic things like Git branch and commits and merging in the Git command line. And indeed I will do everything in this tutorial on command line, including creating files or editing them, so you can follow along, or you can also use whatever editor like with graphical user interface if you like, but the Git part itself is only on command line here, and I will explain every command I use, so if you have no experience with command line, well, you can still follow this tutorial. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new directory for our project. So mkdir my project or whatever its name, and now it has been created, and let's go inside. So cd my project. Now we are inside. And if we write ls, we can see that it is empty. There is no files or anything. So to start using Git, first what you want to do is create the Git configurations. So git config -- global user -name, and then write your name here. And also write git config -- global user.email, and then write your your email here like so. And then to initialize the repository, we just write git init, and so now we have Git repository initialized in this directory. And if we write git status, we can see the status. So we are on branch master. There's only one branch at the moment. There are no commits and there are no files, so there's nothing to commit. Okay, so let's create first file. So readme, touch readme.md. So touch command will create a new file, and md just markdown file. Press enter, and I will use the nano editor to modify it. So I open nano readme.md like so, and we are in the editor, so let's write something like I have some new project like so, and let's save it by pressing Ctrl X, Y, and enter. And now if we write git status again, we can see that we have created a new file, readme.md, but it is not tracked by Git yet. So actually you can see here what we need to do is git add and the file name. So git add readme.md like so. Let's see git status again, and we can see now we have a new file, readme.md, and it's ready to be committed. So let's create our first commit right away. So write git commit, and it will open your default editor. For me it's nano, the same one we used to modify it just now. And you want to create some smart commit message like created readme file. So when you look back in Git history, you can easily see what happened during this commit. And Ctrl X, Y, and enter to save it. And now if we see git log, we can see that first commit has been created. Created readme file on this date by this author, and your email will be shown here. Great. So usually you don't want to commit anything directly to master, because master should be kind of a working code that has been tested and proven. So you want to create another branch to kind of do your development work, and it's okay if you mess up things there, because your master will kind of stay clean and, well, it will not stay bug free forever, but there's a bigger chance it stays bug free. Okay, so let's create a new branch. So you will write git checkout -b, and then the branch name, and let's add main function. If you work in some company or on some project with other people, you might have some rules what kind of branch names you will have, but if you're working on your personal project, you can just use what you see fit. Okay, now we are in a new branch, and let's create a new file, touch main.cpp. You can create any file you want. I will use C++ file because That's what I can do. Okay, and let's open it again with the nano editor, and let's write something. It doesn't really matter what you write here. I will create a main function which will print, of course, hello world, like so, and close the bracket, and Ctrl X, Y, and enter. Now, if we do git status, you can see we have a new untracked file, and it's the main CPP. Now, if you are thinking why we don't see the readme.md now, it's because it has not been changed. So git status will not show it. Only if we do some changes to it, then will this git status show this file. But if you want to see inside your directory, you can use the same command as we used before, ls, and we can see we have main CPP and readme.md. Okay, so now we have one untracked file again, and let's add it to be tracked. Git add main.cpp, like so, and it's ready to be committed. Now you can of course again go and modify it. Actually, let's do that. Nano main.cpp, and let's add something here. Int a is 3, and again save it. Ctrl X, Y, enter, and git status. Now we can see there's new file, but it also notice it was modified since we did this git add first. So let's again write git add main.cpp and git status to see, okay, it's ready to be committed. So let's create a commit again. Now we will do this commit to the add main function branch. So this commit will not be seen on the master branch at all. So write git commit, but this time I want to write the commit message here on the command line. So I write -m and then the commit message here. So let's say added main function, and then just enter, and the commit was created. As you can see, no new editor was created for commit message. I think this is easier, and I often use this command. And if we see git log, we can see there is of course the initial commit from the master branch, and now also this whatever we did now on the add main function branch. Let's go ahead and modify it again. So now main.cpp, and maybe we did something cool again. Int b is a +1, and let's save it. Ctrl X, Y, and enter, and git status. We can see we have a modified main.cpp file. So again, we don't see readme.md because nothing was changed there. And maybe you edited a lot of files or did long time and you forgot what did I change. So you can write git diff and the file name main.cpp, and it will show you that in main file, main function, we added a new line here. The line is like that. So it's easy to kind of see before you do a commit, what did I change, and did I remember maybe you made some debug lines you don't want to leave there. And everything looks good. So git status again. I pressed Ctrl L actually. Ctrl L if you want to clear the screen. Or not clear, actually the things will stay up here, but kind of make them up. Git status, and it has been modified. So first we should stage it for commit and then make the commit. So git add main.cpp and then git commit like we did before. But we can combine this in one command. So git commit -am. Now, if you have modified many files, this will take all of them into that commit. So be careful with this. Only use this command if you know all the files you have modified you want into this commit. Okay, git commit -am and then the commit message. Again, added some new functionality to main function. Again, this is not probably the best possible commit message, but it's good enough here. And let's do that. And that's how easy it is. Now we have a new commit. Git log, we can see the master branch commit, and then on the add main function we added main function and then did this latest commit. Okay, So let's go ahead and go back to master branch. So if we are now in the add main function, we can see we had the main.cpp and readme.md files. Now let's go back to master, git checkout master. And then we do ls to see what's inside the directory. And we see we only have readme.md. So the changes we just did will be only in the add main function, and the master is unchanged. So now you can see you are kind of free to mess up things in your separate branch, and the master will stay bug free and okay. So this is why it's important to kind of always use a separate branch to develop some new features and don't put them directly to master. Okay, let's create another branch. Let's say perhaps you are working with somebody else and they had a task to update readme. So they can create a new branch called update readme. So this creates it and goes to that branch, and now we are there. Again, let's modify it. Nano readme.md. It's so awesome, like so. So we updated the readme, it's really useful now. And git status, we can see readme has been modified, and git diff, we can see what changed. So if you don't specify the file name when you do git diff, it will show just a diff from all the files, but we only have one modified here, so it's okay. Okay, looks good to me. And let's make a commit, git commit -am and updated readme. Press enter, and we can see git log. And now you can see we don't actually see the add main function branches log, because this was kind of created from master branch, and master branch don't know anything yet about this add main function branch, if that makes any sense. Okay, now we have this. Let's go to master. Again, now if we see the cat readme, so this is kind of to see what's inside the file. We see we have only the original readme, but we don't have what we just added in the another branch, so this it's so awesome line. And perhaps we are happy with this branch and we are ready to bring the changes to master. We will do a merge. So what you will do is git merge and then branch name, update readme, and press enter, and that's it. Now we can again read the readme file, and you can see that this new line "it's so awesome" was added to the master branch. And also we can see the log in master. We can see the update readme was merged to master, and we can see the message here. Okay, now let's see. We are also happy with our add main function branch, so let's merge that too. So git merge. Well, before that, let's see. Again, there's only readme file. Okay, so git merge and add main function. Okay, it will open an editor for you to write the merge message. I will just use the default one, merge branch and main function, and Ctrl X, and that's it. And now if we do ls, we can see in master branch we now have this main.cpp file. We can actually take a look inside, and it has everything we did on the other branch. Okay, and now if we do git log, it's a little bit more complex now that we had the initial commit and whatever we did in the add main function and update readme. If you want to make this a little bit more, well, you can visualize this by writing git log-test graph. And here we can see what we just did. So you started, you created a readme file. Then from that first commit, you created a new branch called add main function. And we did a commit there, added main function, then we added some new functionality to it. And after that, we went back to master and back to this commit. Then we created another branch called update readme. And then we updated readme and merged it back to the master. so it will be shown here. And then in the end, we merge this add main function branch to master here. And now we have finished working in these two new branches, and our master is kind of up to date with all new updates, and it should be good and tested, and you can just continue. Perhaps you create a new branch now for next cool feature. To see what branches you have, you can write git branch. And because we have now finished developing new features in these two branches, so it's a good idea to delete them, because over time you will have a lot of branches and it becomes really hard to kind of keep up with them. So you will not lose any history doing this, so it's really safe because they have been merged to master already. So git branch -d add main function and update readme. By the way, you can double click it so it kind of gets chosen and press your scroll wheel to kind of get it on the command line. Then press enter and git branch. We can see we only have master branch left. And now if we look at the graph again, git log graph, like so, you can see that we don't see the branch names anymore here, but it still has all the history. And this can actually be simplified still by git log graph one line and decorate like so. Oh, sorry, online. I mean one line. So then it hides all the useless information. Well, not useless, but maybe you don't need it always, author and date. So you just see what happened, like this kind of really compact and simple view. And the great thing about Git is maybe you figured out after this commit, things started to go bad. So you remember this worked well, but then here everything is so bad. So you can always go back in time. So git checkout, and then you just take the commit from here, like so, and do that. And then you went back in time, so you can see in git log we only have the two first commits, and then you can continue from there. But because everything was okay for me, I can go back to master and I would continue here. So now if I had some new feature, I would create a new branch again, do some developing, and then merging it back to master. Okay, that's how easy Git is, and this is all in locally. Then later you can have a GitHub account and you kind of push all your changes to online, but that will be another video. Okay, thank you for watching. I will put all these commands into a file in my GitHub account, and I will put it in the description. So if you want to kind of go see later what commands we used and why we used them, you can just go open that file and see from there. Okay, thank you again, and see you on the next video.